Welcome. I'm excited to introduce Moshe Zipland. Okay. Is this far back enough? Okay, we're in Daf Chaf Gimel Amid Beis in Makkos. We finished the Mishnah, right?
Yeah, the question becomes, why is this the statement at the end of the Mishnah?
Which
Right?
Mishnah? Hashem gave us more Torah mitzvahs, so we should be rewarded.
That after every single shir is said, and they want to say Kaddish after they say that line. There's something very special about this. But look at this Rivan, because if you go back...
We're going into the Rivan, Rabbi Say.
I said we should see this inside yesterday.
Which one?
Second wide line, Lazako says Yishel. Okay, Hashem wanted to bring us marriage.
Should I read it? Kadesh Shiyu Mikablan Schar, so that in order that they receive reward, B'ma Shemoinin Atzman Min Averis, from that which they held back, prevent themselves from Averis.
We weren't going to be doing certain things anyways. So now it's going to be an official mitzvah. By abstaining for it, we will still get rewarded. We're going to get rewarded now.
From not only the mitzvahs, but abstaining from the Averis?
Yes.
Lefikach Harbela.
Do you have a desire to eat another human?
No.
Called a cannibal.
No.
But we still get a mitzvah for not doing so. Okay.
Wow. Lefikach Harbelahen Shloi Hayat Sarech Letzaves Kama Mitzvahs. Therefore, Kadosh Baruch Hu did not need to be mitzvah. Oh, he didn't need to command us many mitzvahs.
That's why he gave us a lot of mitzvahs.
It says shaloi.
No, because the reality is he
didn't need to. Right.
The
kama azharis al shkatzim v'navalish
and right v'navelus. He didn't need to warn us not to eat the creepy crawlers, not to eat, Okay.
She'ena cuts, but there's no end. Behen. El kadeshi kablu schar
There's no one who isn't disgusted by those.
Oh.
Who wants eats a cockroach? Right?
Cuts is like disgusted?
Disgusted. There's no person that doesn't.
Does it come from the word thorn? No.
Kates is a thorn. Yeah. Kates is also an end.
So the only reason HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave us so many mitzvahs and warnings to not touch things that are in any way, not to eat things that are in any ways disgusting to us, Hashem, in His infinite kindness, gave it to us in order that we should receive reward for removing ourselves from them.
Right, from separating, abstaining. Exactly. That's a big Rivan.
That's a big Rivan, Rabbi Sai.
Okay.
Okay, so we said Reb Chananya ben Gamliel in the Mishnah said if someone gets Makkos, he no longer is over Karis. I'm Rabbi Yechanan. Chalukan alav chaver about Rabbi Chananya ben Gamliel. Reb Chananya ben Gamliel's chaverim disagreed with him. Amar Rav Ad Barava, Amar Bei Rav. They said in the base medrash of Rav that we can prove that his friends argued Taninan from a Mishnah. And that Mishnah is in Megillah Zayin Amid Beis. And what does it say? Ein Bein Shabbos Le'em HaKippurim.
All the Ein Beins are over there. There's a lot of Ein Beins in Shabbos. There's no difference between this and that except for this.
Oh. Right. I did Megillah.
Yeah?
I did
remember all the Ein Beins?
I remember a lot of Ein Beins. A lot of different Ein Beins.
50 different
ones. I didn't do Chazara. Yeah. So did I really do it, Rabbi Sam?
The Chafetz Chaim, if you don't review 4 times, not considered learning.
101 times, no?
That's the Gemara Chagiga Daf Tes. You can't compare someone who learned 101 versus 100, a mere 100. A lot of reasons behind that.
Yeah, but I tried and I couldn't do it.
Tried to do it?
I tried to Chazer and I wasn't able to. I wasn't successful.
Yeah, but what about the Gemara Megillah Daf Av?
What about it?
Yagati v'loy matzasi al tam, and if you say I toiled, but I didn't find it, don't believe him. The guy's a shakran, he's full of lies.
You know what? In Hebrew, sakran is curious.
Yeah.
So if you want to say I'm just curious in Hebrew, you say ani stam sakran. Yeah. So as a joke, sometimes I'll do, and I ask somebody, I'm like, oh, ani stam shakran. They're like, what? I'm like, sakran.
Oh.
Ein bein Shabbos and Yom Kippurim. There's no difference between Shabbos and Yom Kippur. Ela shezeh zdoinoi bidei adam v'zeh zdoinoi bihi kares.
Alright, so you got
There's no difference between Shabbos and Yom Kippur in regards to the penalties.
Yeah.
If someone desecrates
kares.
Shabbos and Yom Kippur.
Right. Yom Kippur is going to be what?
Yom Kippur, you fast, you abstain.
Right, so what's the punishment going to be there?
Ela shezeh zdoinoi bidei adam v'zeh zdoinoi bihi kares. Someone desecrates Shabbos.
Kares is going to be Yom Kippur, right? So obviously this statement requires
punishable
more
by
research
human.
What do you mean there's no difference? You're not allowed to eat, you're not allowed to drink, you're not allowed to anoint yourself.
Yeah, so if someone's over that, they get kares.
No, but what do you mean, ain't bad?
It's only referring to the penalties.
Doesn't say that. Ain't been how.
That's what the Meiri says in Megillah. What do you want from me? Well, Megillah, he says the Mishnah refers only to the penalties inflicted upon these.
Wait, which Masech are you looking for?
I'm looking for a Bometzia Chelik Aleph.
Over there, they don't have it.
Yeah, it's not in the shelves.
Ooh, that's why Rabbi said you gotta return this farm, and if you don't, it's mamish gezel.
And it's Bittul Torah.
Yeah, it's bittul Torah. It's gezel on the Torah. It is. It's they say. And a lot about the midrashos they say that.
Why does it repeat the Asar Shadivros? Meaning,
it says it in Parshas Veschanan again.
yeah, and it's first of all, it's
Parshas
different.
Yisro and Veschanan.
Yeah, Yisro's my bar mitzvah
parsha.
parsha. Yisro's my bar mitzvah parsha, and then it changes the word. So number one, why does it repeat? I mean, he didn't repeat the entire Torah, so why did he feel it necessary? Obviously, it's the Asar Shadivros, but why repeat it? Number two, if you're going to repeat it, why change words?
Right, so you have the Luchos Shnias also, right?
So this was from the second Luchos?
But the Mishnah Torah is Dvarim, it's all repetition. You need Chazara.
Okay, but why did it change? What did you say about the Luchos?
Because Torah is, by Shabbos, is the most famous difference between the Asar Shadivros is Zachar and Shama.
Zachar what? And
Or
Shamar.
it says rather, no. It says, why should you keep Shabbos? Either because Hashem said I created the world for 6 days. So Shamayim Yezod to Bayoim Ajvi Shabbos Vayinafash Iskadel. You know that.
I started davening Meyer Friday
tune?
nights.
Oh, so there.
I started. You know why? Because I daven in the shul where there's not a lot of pressure, so I feel comfortable getting up.
People don't want to daven.
Maybe both.
So
Also, there's smaller
Nesachari.
minyanim. It's not to do Nesachari. It's not Chabad.
Oh, not Chabad
I'm
Samar.
saying it has some Chabad minhagim, but it's fine.
I thought you daven over there.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't do Nesachari. It's not like
they
an
don't
official
do-
Chabad.
They don't do it,
Yes,
So
God.
if you want to learn,
There's
that-
nothing like a Friday night davening in Moscow.
Why? Hardest part's Chadod.
No. Just the incoming of Shabbos HaMalka.
Special.
You can feel the
I like
Neshama
them for
Yisera.
Shabbos. I like them for
When does the Neshama Yisera enter you? When does it come?
Shabbos, when Shabbos comes in.
When Shabbos comes in?
Just even if you do Tosef Shabbos, it comes in.
Yeah? And someone told me that you're Makayim Shabbos or Makabel Shabbos after L'chadoidi, but when you start saying Mizmar Shir.
There's a major machlokes when we accept Shabbos. Men accept it, we accept it differently than women. Women accept when they light. We accept it somewhere around the L'chadoidi area or Mizmor Shir, somewhere around that area.
And if someone, for whatever reason, doesn't daven, it's by Shkia?
Sure, by then, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the latest.
But a woman
You
is
could
allowed...
officially accept it earlier if you want.
But a woman is allowed to light al minas. Okay. She goes in the cab to the kaisel.
Okay, now we're asking the shilas. On both sides, this is why we have the Hilchos Shabbos playlists with approximately, as of now, 170 shiurim. One of the least popular shiurim to watch because who's interested in knowing halacha? You gotta know it when you know it. Reish Samach Gimel, 263. We cover this exact shaila in particular. 263, comma 5 sifei also yud comes up 2 places. Basically, in short. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready. I'm listening.
No. Let me know
Reish
when
Samach
you're
Gimel.
ready.
Reish Samach Gimel.
When a woman lights, she should not be doing any activity that she shouldn't be doing.
Oh, she shouldn't be doing activity? Then why is she going like this?
Preferably.
She's doing activity. Why is she moving her hands like
Precisely
that?
the point. Because if she's gonna light, right? She's gonna say a bracha and then light after. How could she light after? When do we say brachas? Before we do a mitzvah or after?
Before.
Okay.
Hanukkah, we don't light and then say the bracha.
Correct. We would do before. How do you know? Gemara Pesachim. Okay, good. What is it? Zion over there, right? You always should mevarich over las yasam. See the.
And mevarich.
Question is like this: if you're gonna say a bracha, how could you turn on a match after? How could you turn on a lighter after?
Ooh, because you're Makkayim the mitzvah, right? It's Makkos. You're saying you brought in Shabbos.
Yeah.
Or what are you saying? Alsa hefsek or what?
You brought in Shabbos when you said the bracha.
Then you Makkah Shabbos.
Yeah, how could you light something after?
It must be the Maisa is really what's starting it.
How's it the Maisa? It's the bracha. The bracha counts.
The bracha is a preparation. It's a chana.
No, the bracha is part of the mitzvah. It's
when you say Baruch Atah Hashem Eloheinu Mechalam al mitzvahs something lulav.
Asher Kedushaну b'mitzvah. It's going to be al mitzvahs.
No, I was going to go to different, but then I switched it.
Yeah.
But al mitzvahs lulav, the bracha isn't the mitzvah of lulav isn't the bracha of lulav.
So
it's the actual shaking. It's the doing of the mitzvah.
So why do you need the bracha at all? Could you fulfill your obligation if you don't say bracha?
No. Oh, maybe.
No, yes or no?
Yeah. Yes, you could.
You could.
Yeah.
Okay, so that supports your thesis. Okay, so you could, which you're right, by the way. You could. It's not preferable though.
Yeah. It's b'diavad.
Yeah, for sure. It's supposed to have a bracha.
But
okay, so now that we do have a bracha.
The hold on. Do you agree that the bracha is not, even though it's integral and an important part, it's not the core mitzvah?
So what's the core mitzvah? Lighting.
V'haraya, you say al mitzvahs lulav. Yeah. You should say al mitzvahs birchas lulav, if that's the mitzvah.
So
right, it's not in the
So
mitzvah.
what is the mitzvah of Shabbos then?
Shabbos is a cessation of work. The act
of Ner Shabbos.
Oh, Ner Shabbos, sorry. The actual lighting of the match and the candle on the
Why
wick.
are we lighting nowadays?
Why are we lighting?
Yeah.
Isn't it one of Sarah's mitzvahs that was given to her?
So why? What's the point of it?
What's the point of doing any mitzvah?
Adarabba. And name me any mitzvah. I'll give you a whole share in the mitzvah.
Mitzvahs.
Yeah, fine. They're talking about things we wouldn't do anyway, like the Riva. What's the point of lighting nowadays?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the point?
See, it doesn't let me.
You see these lights over here? You think we need more light?
Yeah, we have tons of them.
LEDs. So what's the point of it?
Get these big lights.
That's another discussion. Okay, so many hold like what you just said. That's what Sfardim do.
No what?
Some Sfardim, women say the bracha and then they light.
Ashkenazis don't do that?
No, we don't do that. And most Sfardim I don't think do that either. You could speak to Sfardim about it.
Oh, Ashkenazim, they light and then do the bracha.
What we do is we light. The women light. You ever lit before?
Maybe once.
Okay, how did you light?
That's a shliach?
Did you do this?
I don't know.
Peekaboo?
Maybe.
Huh?
No, I don't know if I did. Sometimes our brains
probably shouldn't
trick us into thinking.
Probably don't.
But
women do, because we don't accept them like that. So what do? So they light. Then they go like this. As if to say,
the Sahara away.
No, as if to say that they didn't light, they're not getting pleasure from it. They say the bracha, and then it's like, oh, it's as if I just light and I said the bracha before I lit. That's the point of doing it.
The re'iyah, the using of the light, brings in the Shabbos.
Yeah. The point is like this. Once the bracha is done, once everything's lit, so now they're not allowed to do anything else after. Now in a shas hadachak, not a consistent act, pressing situation, they could do something after. Preferably they should make a condition saying that they're going to be doing something that they're not allowed to do on Shabbos afterwards. That's your answer. Pressing situation, it's fine.
Interessant.
Took me around 7 minutes to get the answer.
Yeah.
That's the answer. But you gotta know what the answer is based on. You gotta know what it's based on.
And if you don't know, ask.
And if you want more, I'll send you all the notes I have from the Chabur, so you don't need to spend 3 hours learning.
When's the Sefer coming out? English Sefer online.
What, on Halacha? The question is, if you put something out too early, it's not going to do anything for you.
Yeah.
If you don't already have a name, it's not going to get Arch Gold. It's not going to get...
You think Rabbi Yochanan only started saying things when he had a name? He didn't. He
I mean,
didn't.
look, he's someone like Rabbi Akiva, one of my favorite rabbis in Talmidei Chacham of all time.
Kiva Eger?
No, Rabbi Akiva the Tan. How long did it take him to?
40 years.
24 years.
Is he the one who went away for
basically.
24 years?
Yeah, 24 years and left behind. Now we had a lot of Talmidim in the past.
His wife's name was Rachel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we had a lot. Chafetz Chaim, you know how many years it took the Chafetz Chaim to print the Mishnah Berurah? Forget exactly. It was something like 20 years. 26 years, I think.
Print meaning from the beginning of writing to the end.
No. To finish writing, yeah. To finish writing. To complete his writing. You know, when something, you go over it and over it, it gets better every single time.
So you sit with it.
You sit with it. The writings that I'm working with, I'm right now editing thousands of pages. Literally. Literally, I have them all around 2,000 pages over the past year. I'm going from Bereshis to the end of Dvarim, plus all the Yamim Tovim, including 200 pages on the Haggadah around. Plus the Halacha, there's new, plus my Chavrusas, plus 5 kids. You know, it takes, but when you edit it, you cross-reference, you double-check things, you improve it, your writing style improves. You know, so, in order for it to be worthy. But then you need the name also. You need to, you know. What do you want to get published? I'll publish it. What do you want? You want the money thing?
Oh no, I don't want to. Everything.
What do you want? Your Shua thing's ready. The question is who's going to read this thing?
Okay. Then wait for the timing, right?
That's the question. The question is what type of publisher, what type of editor, how much it is. You know, all these things are all the point of doing it. I think it's very unique. That's ready to go. That's ready to go. The money thing also, it's 100 pages. That can go. Why not? Print it out a small thing. Why not? To help people. So you're finding me an editor anyways.
I'm a big talker.
Yeah.
No, Chas Hashem. Well.
That was an interesting.
Oh, that guy. Did I reached out to him? No.
Yeah. That's how it usually happens. Reach out.
No. It has to be in person with him.
Yeah.
He lives in Eretz Yisrael, but maybe he's here. If you want me to show him tonight, I can set up a meeting.
Yeah.
So there's no difference between Shabbos and Yom Kippur, only as it relates to if someone desecrates Shabbos, he gets punished b'dei Adam with skila, stoning, gets killed, and if someone desecrates Yom Kippur, he gets kares. Vim Isa. Now, if it's so that if you get Makkos from Bezdin, you're part of from kares, as Rabbi Hanani ben Gamliel holds. Both this Shabbos and Yom Kippur are punishable by a person. The Shabbos by death, and the Yom Kippur by Malkus, which is not kares. So how do you have a Mishnah that stems with Rabbi Hanani ben Gamliel when he held that Malkus would take away kares, and therefore when someone's over Mechalel Yom Kippur, he would not be getting anything from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It would be coming from a human. Rav Nachman Bar Yitzchak Omer. Bar Yitzchak happens to be taken out. Okay, Mesilas Shas takes it out. Rav Nachman Omer. Rabbi Yitzchak Hamani. Whose opinion is that in the Mishnah? Rabbi Yitzchaki. It's that of Rabbi Yitzchak. Do you have any Rabbi Avrahams in the Gemara? But you have Rabbi Yaakov, right? There's some Yaakovs in there, like Ben.
Yaakov, yeah.
And you have Yitzchak, but you don't have Avraham. Could be.
An amazing shot today.
Yeah.
And Yaakov, I've never heard such a thing. You have Tekiah, Shvarim, and Shur.
Tekiah, Shvarim, Shur.
A guy in Turkey who's incredibly good at blowing the shofar. Incredibly good. The king heard about it. Said he wanted to hear it, play for him. So he thought, he did a shit. But he was going to pay him a lot of money. It's kosher money. He gets paid to go shop. It's kosher.
It's not Avera.
Yeah. He went there, gets it. Beautiful tequila. In front of everyone. Beautiful shrine. Shrines with the tree, he just couldn't do it. So, sent them home.
Got paid?
No. He went to the Rav of the city. He said, "My hi, what's going on?" He said, "Let me tell you. The tequila, that's Hafer. Shvarim, that's Yitzchak. Both of them, the descendants, they had people that weren't Yaakov, Mikasa Shlema. You didn't have anyone that was off. Everything was all clear. When you get to the true, you've got to make sure all that virus, everything's totally clear. It's for the right reason.
I'm going to blow for the Turkish king.
You went on to it. In general, it's good turn, huh?
Mm-hmm. So what does Rabbi Yitzchak say?
Yeah.
Damar Malkus Bachia Vekrisis Leka. If someone gets Malkus, if someone gets Karis, he's not going to get Malkus on top of it. The Tanya, Rabbi Yitzchak Leimer Chaya Vekrisis Bichlal Hayu.
Yeah.
All forbidden unions that have Karis were included in the Torah's klal. That whoever commits any of these abominations, they get Karis. Why then is Karis singled out for the sister? Punish him with Karis and not with lashes. So normally we do apply Malchus to someone who gets a negative commandment. In the case of incest with one sister, we learn that only to Karis, because the Torah emphasized the Karis penalty. So by extension, Rabbi Yitzchak learns out that all Karis-bearing sins, that if they have Karis, they don't get Malchus. So therefore, the Mishnah that says Karis is what you're going to get on Yom Kippur, and it does come from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that reflects Rabbi Yitzchak that there's no Malchus for that Avera. But if you follow the view, like Rav Hananya ben Gamliel, that Malchus is incurred for Karis-bearing sins, the sinner would be absolved from Karis if he receives Malchus. As Loizok, Rav Hananya ben Gamliel. The Gemara now offers another way to reconcile this Mishnah with the opinion of Rav Hananya ben Gamliel. Rav Ashi Yomer, Afil Temer Rabbanan. You can even say that the Mishnah follows the Rabbanan of Rabbi Akiva and Rabbi Shmuel, who hold that one is liable to Karis and is also subject to Malchus, and Malchus absolves the sinner from Karis. And you can say that Mishnah still stems well. Why? The distinction is drawn by the Mishnah between Shabbos and Kippur can be explained as follows. Zeh ikar zdoina bidei adam. In the case of Shabbos, the main punishment for desecrating is brought out by a human. Zeh ikar zdoina bidei shemaim. And in the other case, even Kippur, the main punishment for desecration is by a divine authority, Kares. Accordingly, this Mishnah does not conflict with Hananya ben Gamliel. Kares is regarded as the main punishment because it's more severe than Malchus. However, as one is exempt from Kares if he receives his Malchus. What's this answer? You can even say that the Mishnah follows the Rabbanan, who hold that one is liable to Kares is also subject to Malchus. Why did I say Rabbanan? Where do they come from?
They argue on Rabbi Yitzchak.
Oh, I guess they hold like Rabbi Hananya ben Gamliel.
Yeah.
They hold that
then
one.
It would go with Rabbi Hananya.
That you could have both, and Malchus gets Kares. And before I had that shtim with the Mishnah that says that you get Kares by Yom Kippur and not Malchus.
So you're going after the main punishment.
Zeh ikar zdoina b'dei adam, zeh ikar b'zdoina b'shemayim. By Shabbos, if someone does something on purpose, it's by a human. And the other case, in Kippur, the main punishment is Kares.
Meaning the main punishment on Yom Kippur is Kares. If a person would desecrate Yom Kippur purposely,
but it doesn't mean that he doesn't.
You would get lashes, but the main punishment is Kares.
But it doesn't mean that he doesn't get Malchus, and if he does get Malchus,
then you'd be exempt from Kares.
Right. So, but it's not. It doesn't. It's not obvious like that from the Mishnah. Amar Rav Adabar Ahava Amar Rav. Halacha Rabbi Hananya ben Gamliel. Halacha follows Rabbi Hananya ben Gamliel that if you get Malchus, you no longer get Kares. Amar Rav Yosef. Man Salik Le'ela Ba'asar Ba'amar. Who went up to heaven, returned, and told us this? How do we know that the halacha should follow the view of Hanani ben Gamliel that Malchus exempts one from
It's
kares?
a funny statement because who goes up to heaven? You don't pay attention to heavenly voice anyways. Lo b'shamayim hi. You know what I'm talking about?
Do you think it says heaven here because we're talking about?
No, it is.
Kares
Salak
with
le'ila
this-
means who went up
No,
above.
does it have anything to do with the fact that the subject
No,
of
nothing
this?
at all. But that question that I just asked,
Yeah.
you have an answer to that? I think it's a questionable statement.
I don't think it's referring to a baskal. Baskal comes down.
No,
You
it's
don't
referring
go.
to going up. Ein mashkichin lebaskel or lo b'shamayim hi. Meaning, it doesn't matter what they say in Shemayim. There's arguments the Gemara talks about that Hashem tries to weigh his opinion, or Hashem tries.
Meaning
to
the Torah is firm and not
It's
changing.
in here. It's on planet Earth. It was given over to us. That was the decision in Har Sinai.
Maybe it's just a
term.
term.
Have shaykhus to the Torah.
It says Sida Maratz Chayas.
Maratchias. Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna handle it.
Amalei Abaye, Elahad Amar Rabbi
Maratchias in the
Shua
back
ben
of the
Levi.
Yalkut, whatever.
But what then about that which Rabbi Shua ben Levi said? Shleish Devarim Asu Bezdin Shlamata. There were 3 matters enacted by the Bezdin Shalmata. V'eskimu Bezdin Shalmayla al Yodam. And the heavenly Bezdin confirmed their decisions. To this we can also ask Mansak Leva Asav Amar. Ela Kroi Kod Darshinan. We expound from the Psukim. Achanami Kroi Kod Darshinan. We learn now from the Psukim that Malchus is going to go away with Kares is going to go away if he gets Malchus. As for what the pasuk is, since the Torah refers to someone who receives Malchus as Achicha, we can learn that Malchus enables him to rejoin the brotherhood of the Jewish people, which is another way of saying that he's not cut off from them, he's not liable to Kares. The Chachamim point out here that there are halachic ramifications in this world based on this issue. The Aruch LaNer asserts that a person who has committed a sin punishable by Kares is automatically disqualified to act as a witness in Bezdin. But once he's received Malchus, he's patur from Kares and returns to his status as a qualified witness. See Maratz Chiyas for another practical application. You heard that?
Yeah, they're not asking my question.
No. But I didn't know that. Someone who's chayiv Kares can't be an aid. So what does that mean? Someone who comes to Bezdin to be made, they have to ask him if he's chayiv Kares from another Bezdin? And to be chayiv Kares, does Bezdin have to declare that, or that's like if he knows in his heart of hearts that he had hasra and then he was over something, does that make him chayiv Kares, or is that an act, a verbal decision by Bezdin?
Person comes along if it's known that he does such a thing.
Let's say only he knows.
He's
Does that
open
mean he's
about
chayiv Kares?
No, it's him, but if he brags about it, if he tells others about it.
So it's not totally on Bezdin's psak necessarily? Open question. Please hit the show notes, the comments.
Case dependent. So typically, yeah.
See, also the one thing about recording on the phone is that I haven't looked at my phone in many weeks during learning.
So I read a Maisa this week. It's a guy learning in Kailo and Avrich. And he asked his wife, it would just be easier if he doesn't come home in the middle of the day between morning Seder and afternoon Seder. Spend time with the kids, and they'll see them later after he comes back. He doesn't need to come home for lunch.
12 plus 12 is not 24.
Bring food, we'll get more tzifas. So I said, okay, but maybe just call, just
Check
so
in.
he could,
You know?
So he didn't have a phone. So he asked the Shaila, should he get the phone and call in, or walk back? After all, it'll be less bittul Torah, and I'll be able to learn more. He was obviously a serious guy, a Steiger. He could handle learning. He wasn't battling.
Yeah.
So they brought the Shaila to Solis Aleinu Shabbat, next week's parsha, I think. So Shoftim brought the Shaila to like Rav Eliashib or someone. And he said, go home. See, it's because the phone is such a, once you get started, it's
It's
the
a
Yitzhar
yeah.
of the generation.
Of the generation.
So it's just,
It's not, by the way, it's not just
such a
al
strong
shmir
story.
sanayim.
Oh, yeah,
Even worse than that, I think,
Bittul
is Bittel's mom.
Sure.
It sucks you in. It's so
Sure.
addictive.
The way that
I'm addicted.
the way that any of this stuff
Maybe
works,
not. I'm learning.
all of this stuff. Not that I use any platforms. I don't really use platforms. I don't spend much time on it. If I did, I would say that's it, cut it all out. But the way that these things are set up, TV, movies,
They're designed,
all the
right?
things, they're designed to keep going more. That's why they're having lawsuits based on. I mean, I just have minimal knowledge on this, but I think that there's suits throughout the world of countries banning children under the age of 16, 17 from social media platforms, from other things, because the way that it's set up is that it's addictive.
Yeah.
And not only that, but it's a lot of the things nowadays, the TikTok, the Instagram, most of the clips are like a minute, right? That's how it is. Nothing's more than a minute,
very
right?
short, very short.
Everything's very short. It's
At most 3 minutes.
exactly. It's terrible for not just attention spans, but thinking, not just being antisocial, but
AI is the perfect companion for this no thinking.
yeah. The AI is a whole discussion. I know you know a lot more about it than me, but I think the main problem the Gedolim have with it is the same idea. If a person gets into a conversation, like someone told me once, I don't think it was you. Someone told me, it was like there was a bacher in yeshiva, and he was just talking to AI for 4 hours.
Like philosophically,
Yeah,
therapist.
whatever it is, all those types of things.
It's called AI psychosis, they call it.
Not necessarily a psychological topic, but
No, AI psychosis is the
that's
time
the term that's used.
that
in
it sucks you in.
Exactly.
I've built with AI,
Yeah.
and I'll tell you why I think it sucks you in.
Yeah.
When you're building something,
Yeah.
the act of building is very rewarding. So if you want to make changes to it, and you're waiting and you're fixing,
right.
There's a dopamine rush every single time you build.
Right, exactly.
And then at the end, maybe you have something, but just recognize that you're investing a lot of time into it.
Right, so a person has to know, are they just asking a quick question to get a fact? Are they using it as, okay, I'm going to this destination, give me the best playgrounds here for my kids. That saves time. That's a good thing. Right? Versus is it going to be a long thing up there?
Or outsource your thinking to it.
Right.
Sometimes what I'll do now is think it through, write it out, and then ask it if I missed anything.
Yeah, whatever. The thing is, the Bittel's line is the main thing.
Yeah. The Gemara now talks.
It's supposed to help us, not make it harder. All the technology, it's supposed to make our Avodas Hashem better, not worse. That's the key.
Amen.
Yeah.
Rabbi ben Levi, he said that Gufa, Amar Rabbi ben Levi, Shleish Dvarim also Bezdin Shalmata. 3 matters were enacted by Bezdin, Viskimu Bezdin Shalmaili Al Yadam. And the heavenly Bezdin agreed with them. Eluhain Mikra Megillah, the reading of Megillah on Purim.
Right, the problem is it looked like Baal Tosef. You're adding to mitzvahs. It was one of the last mitzvahs that was added.
I didn't look at it, but is Hanukkah on here? And if not, was the...
Hanukkah, there's no Megillah, remember?
But there's a mitzvah of lighting Hanukkah.
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
The later ones.
What came first, Purim or Hanukkah?
I think Purim. Purim was the last thing that was written. I think.
Elohein Mikra Megillah Ushe'elis Shalom B'Shem, greeting one another with the name of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. For example, one person might say to another, "May Hashem endow you with peace," says the Rivan.
Wait, before the Sheila Shalom, the Mikra Megillah, why were they allowed to add it? The Gemara Megillah and your Dalit to the Kal V'chomer. If when the Jews were redeemed from slavery to freedom in Egypt, they sang a song, so then us, that we left death to life, we could certainly sing a song.
Say it again?
That song is Megillah. That's, by the way, one of the reasons.
Say it again. Sorry.
Why don't we say Hallel and Purim? So there's different opinions in the Gemara.
It's not enough time. It's 1 day. It's not enough time.
Of course there's enough time. That's ridiculous.
Hanukkah's 8 days.
So what? Who cares?
Plenty of time.
What do you mean? Pesach, you only say Hallel technically 1 day.
Why is Al Nisim the longer on
Purim? Because the story was almost more to talk about. Okay.
Okay.
The real question on Al Nisim on Hanukkah is
Al Hanisim v'al Haporkan
the
v'al
Gemara only discusses the oil. Al Nisim only discusses the war. Why doesn't Al Nisim discuss the oil? The nace of the Shemin.
Yeah, why not?
Right? Why doesn't the Gemara discuss the Muhammad, Shabbos Chavav? That's the real question. There's answers. But again, the Kal V'chomer is, if when we left Mitzrayim, we went from Avdus to Chedrus, slavery to freedom, and therefore we sing Shir, we sing Hallel, so then for sure I'm Perm. See the Kal V'chomer?
No, I my brain's fried.
On Chanukah, if we went from by
Huh?
Egypt,
Egypt.
Mitzrayim, we went from Avdus to Chedrus.
Yeah.
Slavery to freedom.
Yep.
And
that
we
was
sing
good.
Shir, we do Hallel.
Yep,
For
right.
sure, when we went from death to life.
Oh, yeah.
Avos
Avdus
l'chaim.
l'chayim, Avos l'chaim, then certainly we're
Purim.
going to say it.
You're going to say Hallel. By the way,
So
that
why don't we
story-
say Hallel
that
Purim?
story with the
Hold
phone
on. So why don't we
before,
say
by the way,
Hallel Purim?
It wasn't a smartphone. It was regular phone.
Regular phone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So why don't we say Hallel Purim? If it's Chaim or Mava, if Mava's l'chaim.
Why do we?
Oh, it's Kal V'chomer. So why don't we say it?
Because one of the
Wait, we do say
sheet
it.
is in the Gemara.
We do
The
say it.
Kriya, the Megillah is Hallel.
Oh,
That's why you don't need a Hallel.
well, we do say Pesach.
Pesach first days.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no Megillah there.
And who wrote the Megillah? Mordechai?
Yeah, there's a discussion at that, some say. Maybe Esther, maybe there's a discussion. Okay? So Shayla Shalom is saying hi, right?
Yeah, and the Rabbanan learned it from Boaz and from the Malach.
Yeah.
who
And the
addressed
brachos.
Gideon, both of you used Hashem's name in their greetings. And the third item is V'havo'as Meiser.
Oh.
And the bringing of Meiser. Rivan explains that three enactments are included in this enactment. A, King Chizkiah Melech, had special chambers set aside in the Beis HaMikdash for the deposit of Truma and Meiser, and he appointed officials to see that it would be distributed in proper fashion to all those Kohanim and Leviim eligible to receive it. Good. He made the arrangements, even though the Torah awards the right to choose the recipient of Truma and Meiser to the owners of the produce. Meiser Rishon, I guess he made order out of it, so it's not chaos. Meiser Rishon, the first tithe, is properly given to Levi. However, Ezra Sofer enacted that the Kohanim should be equally entitled to the Meiser, as it says, in Nehemiah, Kohen, a descendant of Aaron, shall be with the Leviim, on par with them, in the Leviim's tithing. Both of these enactments were made in response to certain failings among the Leviim. And thirdly, Chizkiah also instituted that Meiser be set aside from fruits and vegetables, even though these species are not included in the spiritual command. Don't be confused with what's it called? Meiser Kesa? Meiser Sofos?
That's exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, now the Gemara will elaborate on this.
Okay, go ahead.
Making Megillah, how do we know the greeting Shemayim with Megillah? The Chsiv, the Pasuk says, King of Kibla Yehudim. That they fulfilled and accepted. That they accepted what it was all about. Kimu lamala mashikim lamata. They accepted above in the Beis Din Shamayla that which they accepted. They fulfilled above that which they accepted down here
This is
below.
where it says Kima V'Kiblu. My kids have in yeshiva a Kima V'Kiblu program. It's named that.
Kimu v'kiblu, it's called that based on the Gemara in Shabbos, Peiches and Alf.
What is it?
Gemara says that this was a Kimu mashikiblu kfar, that they fulfilled that which they already accepted upon themselves. It was like a new Kabbalah Satire. Some explain that it was a pardon. Some explain that it was a Kabbalah Satire ba'ava, beratzon. Originally, the Gemara in Shabbos Peiches says Kafalim Hargigis.
Oh, by Harsina it was forced. It was the Harsina was up top of us.
Right, Purim Kabbalah Satire ba'ava. So there's such a chashav in of limud haTorah
By Purim?
Yeah.
When?
Anytime Purim.
When
This
was
Purim?
it? No.
3 hours Purim.
Yeah, in the morning.
Sit.
When was
Such a big Indian.
when on Purim did they accept the Torah Bahava?
Purim time in general. That's why in every single
the
base,
nace?
every single
No.
base measure, every single shul. Yeah, because
The mice of Purim?
Yeah, because they were saved. It was a happy time. Yeah.
So that doesn't mean they accept the Torah. They were just happy. Where's the accepting? Where's the accepting the yoke of Torah come into play in the Purim story? I love eggs.
You ever ask your question? You ever wonder why the dreidel you hold it from the top and it spins from the bottom. But on Purim, you hold it from the bottom and it spins from the top.
Who says you hold it from the bottom and spin from
The
the top?
Grager?
Oh, the Grager,
What are you
yeah.
talking?
Oh, I forgot about the Grager.
Comes along, they all call it the Yabitz. Yaakov and the Mensvi. Many Choshev Talmid Chacham.
Nachlas the Svi on this.
Yeah, They say that this alludes to the idea of Isarusa dilatata and Isarusa dilayla. If you're not familiar with that, get familiar. The question is, were we worthy or not? On Hanukkah, we weren't worthy of nothing. Where's Hashem?
And Purim?
Hashem calls the salvation to come. But Purim was us. Why?
What
happened? They gathered for fasting. They gathered for tshuva.
Came
For
together.
time to step up and say, no, we want the Torah HaKadosh.
Oh. How do you know? Let me ask you a question. Sorry to.
Yeah.
How do you know that it was Lishma if part of it's like we don't want to die? Like they were scared for their lives.
Oh, so that is the classic story with the Kutim. Are they Gary Amos or Gary Arise?
Well, you know afterwards
Right.
if they continued keeping
Exactly.
it. So over here, you're saying the Yidden kept
That's
it.
what the Gemara in Yevamos says, Kasha Gerim Kesapachas. There's many explanations of that. What does that mean? We're not pro-converts.
What?
We don't want people converting.
Yeah, why not?
It's very difficult. It's like a saras. Because
It's restriction.
One of the reasons is because if they're going to come in and they're not going to really want to be here, they're just converting so that they can marry someone Jewish. But they know they're not going to be religious after. Now, any person that they come in contact with, they're going to have a negative ripple effect on, other than themselves. Any family members of extended family, and then you see someone intermarried and whatever, it's not going to be good. They're going to make it worse for us as a nation, not better. Because they're not helping themselves. They're not helping anyone else. It's one of the reasons. So, what does that have to do with anything? That's why they knew it was legit. They're keeping it after, like you just said. Sheila Shalom?
Yeah. How do we know Sheila Shalom greeting one another with Hashem's name?
Yeah. This is the case of Rosh. V'hinei Boaz ba mebeis lachem v'yomer l'koitzim Hashem yimachem. So Boaz was coming, and the reapers, the harvesters, right? He gave them a blessing, and he said, Hashem will be with you. Ve'oimer, and the pasuk in Shoftim says that the Malach told Gidon, Hashem will be with you.
You're going to tell me not
Listen,
one
Hashem's
other
name.
person in biblical history
That's right.
said
So-
Hashem Imcha?
That's right. And the question that the
What are you
Gemara-
saying? That's right. No one said it?
That's right. The question that the Gemara asks is, why do you need two psukim as a proof? My ve'oimer, why do you need the second pasuk? Do you think maybe you'll say, maybe you'll say the Boaz just did it on his own, but from Shemayim they didn't agree to him. Tashma, come listen to the second pasuk. That what? That the angel did it, and therefore it's legitimate. Allah is nice. And so too, when it comes with the
And angels only act on...
angel.
But angels in general only act with a mission from a Kodesh Baruch Hu.
Yeah, you gotta know Rav Schwab's Torah on that, by the way. That's the Haftorah of Parshas Nasam. Talk about Nazir. Got a good Torah on that. About Meiser, how do you know the Chesiv, the Pasuk says, if you was called a Meiser, or Beis HaIser, V'yiter, V'beisi, B'chnina, B'zoi, Samar Hashem, Sevokos, Limot, Echem, Arubas, Shemayim, V'akos, Lechem, Brocha, Abili Dai, Zog, the Gemara, Abili Dai, Am Rabbi Bar Rav, Actually, Yivsus, and so Seichem, Eloi Merdai, you're gonna say, hey, Mr. Too much money, what am I gonna do with all the kosher money? In other words, it says over here that you're going to bring all the mice into the house and then there's going to be sustenance for your house. Test me with this. Hashem said, if I want to open for you the skylights of the heaven, I'm going to bring down and empty it out, blessing until there's no end. What does it mean, until no end? Until your lips start getting sick of saying, Yimlu, they get tired. They say, take over with the Gemara. I can't handle it. I'm tired. I'm going to say, Rabbeinu Shalom, too much money. I don't even know what to do with it. So you see that over here, giving mice, you're giving stock, and the more you give, the more you get. A lot of Torahs on that concept, of course. Palindromes, Nasun, Nasnu. Talk the Torah in the beginning of Hilchos Staka in your Adaya. The more stuck up person gives, the more he gets. Not only does it not detract, but it increases the money. Taisus, Tainus, Testament, Alf, many sources all over the place. The story with the person with the massive field, and he instructed his sons and his deathbed son, I'm going to bequeath to you of 5,000 1,000-acre field that's going to be producing tens of millions of dollars annually. The only thing you got to do is give Meiser. Everything else is set up. You got the managers running the show. Everything. All you got to do is give 10% of the yield, and that's what they did. But then they stopped, and then you know how it happened? After they stopped, they only got 10% profits, and they wondered. My high and the family member said, "You didn't listen to your father. You got to give the Meiser." That's the Gemara. Good. So the Ben Yishchayim, that Gemara is Ben Yoyadi. He says, why is the Gemara bringing a proof from a person that when it was a kid, the story with Reish Lakish, and he said, what's the explanation of this pasuk? He said, Aser b'shvil tishas Aser, give Meiser so that you're going to become wealthy. Obviously, the Rabbeinu Chananel says it's a play on words, Meiser, Ashiris, wealth over here, Meiser. But why is it a kid? A kid isn't obligated to give Meiser. Rather, that's the point. Even if a person isn't obligated, he's still going to get the bracha. Tremendous episode. So Frek the Ben Ishchai weiter, and he says, what do you mean many people, we see that they give tzedakah and they're not wealthy?
Because they're not doing it lishma.
Oh, because are they murdering on the side? Are they, what other sins is up their sleeve on the side? You can't just say, oh, I'm going to give the Meiser and then do whatever I want. No way.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
That's a good kosher money episode.
Oh yeah, this is all preparation.
So funny.
It's all preparation for the big day.
I recorded an episode today with a woman who helps companies collect money that's owed to them. She says, how is it possible that someone gives a $36,000 donation to charity when they know that they owe $500,000 to somebody else?
Crazy.
Says you're doing you. So.
The question is, why aren't they paying back? I mean, they're obligated to be Yometite Schara.
Yeah, even on vendors, right?
Yeah, you have to pay people back. Well,
Yeah.
how could you not pay someone back? Now, obviously, they're giving the tzedakah, so they're getting write-offs or whatever it is, the deductions.
Yeah, but not you can't do that if you have.
Right.
You don't need a write-off if
understand why they
you
wouldn't
pay
pay
a
back.
bill.
I don't understand why they.
She says some people they can't, they're embarrassed, they're disorganized, fine. But then you have some people that you know they go to Eretz Yisrael for Pesach and they have vendors that can't pay their bills because
Crazy. Right in the Gemara?
yeah. Who's meant us Ruach HaKodesh?
3 places that the Ruach HaKodesh it appeared.
What does that mean? Sarah had Ruach HaKodesh. Is that the Ruach HaKodesh we're talking about here?
Yeah. Ruach HaKodesh.
So why Sarah not one of them? What does that mean? Ruach that
It appeared when they needed it.
Oh, okay.
Meaning when they needed it. To show that something was truthful that was going around. That was going on. That's the. So they say it happened in the Beis Din of Shem, Beis Din of Shmuel, Navi, Shmuel and Amasi, and in the Beis Din of Shloima, the Beis Din of Shoshem. What's the
Where's
case?
Ramah? Is that in Eretz Yisrael?
Yeah, it's a location there.
Okay.
Yeah. Ramatayim is actually the name, as it says in the pasuk in Shmuel Aleph Zayin Yud Zayin, to be exact.
Parak Yud Tes is seemingly extra. Why is it there? Look at earlyblind.com.
Yud Tes?
Isn't it Parak Yud Tes?
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, the one thing. Just remember, you got 846 shiurim over there, plus Rabbi 2,000. You think
Give them a promo code. Give them a promo code.
How
on
could you not
checkout.
remember every single shiur that you gave over the last 17 years?
Give them a promo code on checkout.
No, the best thing.
All free.
You go to someone. Oh, yeah. Remember I spoke to you Shabbat? Yeah, Shkaya. Remember what I said?
No.
They won't remember if it was a week later or if it was 12 years later. Okay. Beis Din of Shame, in the Beis Din of Shame.
So all 3 stories, the public appearance is in Beis Din. Okay, I understand.
This is talking about that Yehuda wanted to burn to death his daughter-in-law.
I didn't know Beis Din. Shem had a Beis Din.
She was involved with this. What?
I didn't know Shem had a Beis Din.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not necessarily that Shem was alive.
No, he was.
What? In this case?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll get to it.
Okay.
But Beis Din of Shoshem. Okay, what's the case of that? So you have, I mean, the famous person who learned in Shem's Beis Din is Yosef.
Oh, what?
Yosef, that's the famous one. Who's in his yeshiva?
No, Yaakov went to yeshiva when he left. when he left Rivka.
Yaakov, sorry, not Yosef.
Yeah.
Yaakov, sorry.
And then
yes, correct.
it was only maybe Shem Ever had already died.
Yeah. Which is interesting because if you look at Rashi over there, it says Shem Ever.
Yeah. Oh, it does say Shem Ever?
If you look,
It used to be a trivia question that someone got wrong.
There's
question.
what to handle because it is written in places Shem Ever, which is interesting.
But there is a Rashi that leaves one of the names out, right?
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, I think so.
Honestly, when people start saying Rashi says Rashi that, I don't really care because you go back to the original source. Rashi's just quoting.
It's not necessarily
it's not really Rashi. He didn't come up with it. Right?
Or you're saying that it's not necessarily also Rashi writing that you should be medayik. That
you could.
Yeah.
Anything that Rashi says you could be medayik. You always have to ask why, but. Okay, the pasuk says that when Yehuda wanted to burn to death Tamar because she was involved with Inyanei's nose. And then she sent over and said, "What do you mean? This is your stuff." Vayager Yehuda, Yom is talking to many. Yehuda said, "You're right." Yada. How did Yehuda know that the fetus was in fact from him? Maybe just like he went with her, so too someone else went with her as well. Maybe the fetus is from someone else. It's the Bahasko, a heavenly voice came, and he said, nope, I know where it came from, and it was from you, Yehuda.
Okay, we'll stop here.